Hi there! Today I want to talk about something super common. Something you might be feeling right now. I want to talk about feeling tired. Do you feel tired right now? And I'm not talking about the body tired, but more the I can't be bothered anymore tired. Well, what if I told you you might not actually be tired? Hi, I'm Noel, founder and coach of Personal Growth Lab, sharing insights to boost your human behavior and communication awareness as a leader in business and in personal life. I thank you for subscribing and to join me on this journey to elevate your personal growth. I truly appreciate your sharing of this video to those you know in need for this content. So, let's grow together. Are you feeling tired? Stick with me, because this could change how you think about your energy levels in the future. So, let's think you're sitting there maybe after a long day and you're saying to yourself, "Oh, I'm so tired." We all do. But let's dig deep inside this a bit more deeper. Are you really physically worn out? Are you physically exhausted? Or is it more that your mind has been going a mile a minute all day? Next thought, next thought, next thought, next thought. You know, thinking about stuff that happened, worrying about what might happen, and worry about things which has not yet happened, but maybe it will happen, but things you don't know yet. It's constant distraction. See, most of us aren't tired from what we have done the whole day. We are actually tired from what we have been thinking about. Our minds, if we don't keep any eye on them, can be super noisy. And all that noise, it drains you. It's exhausting you. So instead of focusing on how much you have done, let's look at how much you have been thinking the whole day. And here is the key idea. Being still, having a quiet mind, isn't something you have to earn. It's not a reward for getting everything done and now I can be quiet. It's not just for people with a lot of free time to do nothing and be quiet. No. Think back to when you were a kid. Before life got so complicated and so busy, before everyone told you you should do what you need to do right now and it's just all in your head. You didn't need special classes to feel peaceful when you're a kid. And you didn't need to read books about mindfulness and learn how to meditate. You could watch literally the little ants crawling around and it was like the most amazing thing ever. Or you could sit quietly just enjoying the sun. Not because you had to, but because it was. Well, it was just wonderful. But then, as we all get older, we get these ideas stuck in our heads from childhood and from school and all these social behaviors we have that we always have to be doing something. We become human doers and not human beings anymore. That being busy is what makes us valuable. that success is about packing as much as possible into every single day and to exhaust ourselves so we can say in the evening, we have done it, we are worth it. And slowly we forget how to just be. We start running from quiet away. We fill every empty moment with noise, with distraction, with scrolling up and down, and with changing the videos and doing things just to escape the quietness. We start to think that being still is the same as being empty, which feels uncomfortable, like something we need to avoid. But here is the thing. It's the opposite of the truth. Being still isn't being empty. Stillness is being present. It's about being so completely here, so totally in the now, that your mind doesn't need to wander off. And you don't have to be out in the nature to experience this. Of course, it's nice to be outside more, but you can find it even when you are doing something as ordinary as washing dishes, or even when you're stuck in traffic. It's not about what's happening out there, but it's about the quiet you find inside yourself. Let me tell you something incredible personal that happened to me 2 years ago. I was general manager of a hotel group here in Asia and completely immersed in the fast-paced world of hospitality, giving all the time, being there for the guests, so always present for others. So from the outside, I had it all. A successful career, I had a driver, and I had a car, and I had a service apartment, and a busy life. But you know, inside, I started to feel this deep restlessness. Nothing felt truly satisfying anymore. Each day blurred into the next. What's next? What's next? And even the winds felt hollow. You know, everything felt like nothing. I was completely burned out. I just felt numb to do everything. When I eat, I didn't feel the taste. I just were not in the present moment. And then everything changed in an instant. I have caused a very, very serious accident. Nobody else was involved. The kind that flips your life upside down in a single second. The injuries were severe, life-altering. Suddenly, the pressure of work seemed insignificant compared to the daily struggle of recovery. Confined to a quiet little place in the countryside during my rehabilitation, miles away from the city's relentless energy and the demands of the hotels and the clients and everybody, I was forced into stillness in my wheelchair. At first, I tried to fill the silence with endless physical therapy, exercises, audiobooks, scrolling through my phone, trying to stay connected to life and ask myself what I do and how, and try to understand the whole thing. But eventually, even those distractions became so exhausting, I'm telling you. So then, one day, feeling utterly drained, I found myself sitting by this little water river behind the house. The water wasn't rushing or was not really dramatic. It was just flowing. It wasn't demanding anything from me. It was just there, and I just was listening to it. And I just was watching it. From minutes to hours. I honestly couldn't remember the last time I had simply done nothing without the constant pressure to heal or achieve something. I still remember something really shifted within me. It wasn't a subtle, like a miracle cure of my injuries, no. But I started to feel lighter in a different way, like a mental weight I hadn't realized I was carrying have been lifted. It wasn't some big earth-shattering revelation. No, it wasn't. It was just simply where I started to reconnect with myself and with nature. It was just this quiet sense of knowing. For the first time since the accident, I felt a flicker of genuine peace and relief. It's like a feeling of I was letting go at that moment. And not because my physical pain had vanished or because the challenges of my new reality had disappeared, no, but because I stopped this constant, exhausting effort to fight in all the times, morning, lunch, evening, total fighting, resisting the whole time. So months later, as my recovery progressed, I started to think about my career again. Not out of the obligation, but because a part of me felt ready to engage with the world again. The accident had irrevocably changed my life, but in that unexpected stillness, I began to understand something profound about resilience and finding peace, even amidst profound changes. So the only thing that had truly changed was my connection to that quiet stillness within myself. Nothing else changed. It was just a switch. It's like a switch switched, and that reconnection was there again. I remembered again. That is how I started to learn about my sharings, what I do now with you. That is why I started my behavior and communication awareness trainings and mindful leadership trainings. You see, stillness doesn't mean you have to freeze. It doesn't mean you have to stop doing things or working hard or trying to achieve your goals or resisting or everything what other people say. No, it does not mean that. What it means is coming back to yourself before all the doing starts. It means remembering that you are not a machine. We are not human doers. We are human beings. It says it in the world, human being. You're not supposed to be constantly running on task and stress and managing and doing all the time. Your value as a person isn't about how busy you are. It's about who you are and how you present yourself. And when you really get that, when you allow yourself to pause, and not just physically to pause, like, oh, I need to go in a meditation, but mentally, something amazing happens. Your mind starts to quiet down. Your thoughts don't disappear completely, that's okay, but they become softer on you, less intense, and you are observing them. The waves of worry stop crashing so hard. Underneath all that, you find this sense of spaceness, this wide open feeling that was always there, just like space. That's the stillness I'm talking about. That's the true stillness. Stillness doesn't mean just quiet. Stillness means enjoying the nothing, the space. This is why so many of us feel tired all the time, even when we haven't had done so much. We are carrying around the noise of a million thoughts. And you know what? You have the same thoughts yesterday and before yesterday and 3 months ago. It's a loop, it's a program. Our minds are like cities in a rush hour, the horns and honking and lights and flashing and total chaos above the surface in the street with the red light. But underneath, when you go down the road inside the earth, it's stillness. Nothing moves. And that's what you truly are. You are not the traffic in your mind. You are the ground underneath it. You don't need to become still. You just need to become back to the stillness. That's always been there, waiting for you to notice it. Like if you literally not talk, it's still, it's us. So the next time you are feeling overwhelmed or exhausted, don't ask yourself, what do I need to do? No. Instead, ask, what can I let settle down? What can I drop? What can I do not to think of? Because once your mind starts to settle, your spirit starts to rise, and you will realize that you were never really tired. You were just too far away from your true home, your true self, from silence. With quietness, we connect it so often with the weird resting and need to be in a pause. Well, let's talk about rest. We often talk about it like it's something we have to escape to. A break from the noise, time off from our schedule, a getaway from how hard life feels. So we are talking about weekends like their life is a raft and vacations like there is the medicine to it. We are literally working 5 days a week or 6 days a week in some areas, that we have 1 day rest. We imagine rest as something that only exists far away on a beach, in a cabin, or when we have finally crossed everything off our to-do list, which will never happen. But what if the problem isn't that we don't rest enough? What if it's that we have forgotten how to rest in the middle of our lives, instead of just running away from them? You don't have to leave your life to find peace. We don't need to leave our cities to feel rest. We actually don't need holidays if we use some pauses and some rest every day. You don't have to wait for the world to be quiet before you can feel quiet inside. True rest isn't about getting away from the present moment. It's about sinking more deeply into that present moment. Not escaping what's happening, but fully experiencing it without fighting it. We tend to think of rest as doing nothing, as being inactive. Oh, I'm going to the beach, read a book and do nothing. It's not about that. But it's not about shutting down as well. It's about softening. It's about easing it more. There's a big difference between collapsing from exhaustion and relaxing with awareness. One makes you feel worse and the other makes you feel better. Let's be honest, most of us carry our lives like a heavy load. It's all heavy I must do, I have so many things to do. We hold on tight, trying to control everything, planning our next move while still trying to deal with the last one. Like, for example, I did, right? I was completely in work and I was never present, eating in the present moment. I was already there. The meeting was still going. When is the next meeting? What I have to do next? Even during our free time, our minds are still going. We scroll up, we scroll down, we are worrying, going over conversations, thinking about what we still need to do, things what happened, what not had happened. We might be lying down, but we are not truly resting. We are not breathing even. We are just like doing in our minds, because rest isn't just about your body, right? It's about your mind. And even more than that, it's about how you relate to this very moment. Real rest happens when you allow yourself to simply be without feeling like you need to be somewhere else. And you can do that at work for 2 minutes, for 5 minutes. You can start a meeting like that with your team. Just 3 minutes, close your eyes, do nothing. So let me share a quick story. After the accident, when I did my household and doing my washing and everything, I needed to wash myself around 3 to 4 hours. So I could feel everything. I was forced into the present moment. And that's what it means to rest into your life. It's in the way you wash a dish, feeling the warmth of the water and your hands and the soap, and you have time. It's the breath you take before you start your next tasks, before you go to the next meeting. Just like these little moments, which we often ignore, are actually gateways to something much, much deeper. When you leave only for the weekend, or only for your next vacation, you miss all the quiet invitations that life is offering you. Every single moment. Life isn't something to be rushed through. I needed to learn that the hard way. There is no goal, and when I have this goal, then is everything fine? It's something to be experienced gently with all your senses, every day, every minute. And when you start to rest into your life, instead of trying to escape from it, you realize something amazing will happen. Peace was never away. It was just waiting for you to slow down enough to notice it. So, the next time you feel that urge to get away, to escape, only then you can rest, maybe try something different. Breathe. Look around. Let yourself sink into where you are. Maybe you're in a chair. Let the chair hold you. Let your shoulders relax. Let this moment be enough. 5 minutes. Because life isn't something you have to survive and then escape from it. It's something to fully enter, to breathe into, to find rest within every day, every hour, every minute, every second. Not later. Now. Stay inspired.